Well, it's about that time again, boys. It's about that time again. It's league action. We're finally goddamn back after the just whatever the hell that international window was. But we should just make sure everything's working, do all the last little test things, and we should be good. What's happening? What's good? What's popping? We're here. We're live. It took me a little bit to realise that this game was just specifically on Celtic TV, which is always fun because on an old ass laptop, it's just going to lag quite a lot. But we're here, we're live, we've got everything up and running. Hopefully everything should be good. The audio should be fine. There was a couple of issues with that. I had to update the software that my mic uses, so hopefully it sounds at least the same, if not a little bit better. I'm not too sure. I've moved it a little bit as well, so hopefully that should fix it. Nice to see you, Megan. It's actually rare to see you in very early doors, but we always shout out the first one that's in. How you doing, lass? Hope you're having a lovely day of things. Oh, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you indeed. But yeah, we've got a pretty interesting one coming up, and for all intents and purposes, it's going to be an interesting one. Let's say that much. Obviously, Celtic are a side that's not been particularly blessed with form in recent times, but to be fair, we have actually been pretty good against Hearts. I'm just going through all the feed options that I've got, and as per usual, as you would expect, half of them are just a fucking god awful. I can't justify paying 15 quid for Celtic TV. Respectfully, man, I can fuck off. Hopefully we'll get like a more updated feed as we go across the things. Love to see it. How you doing, James? Nice to see you, man. Hope you're enjoying yourself as well, mate. Always shout you as well. We shout you out as well, man. How you doing? Hopefully everything is good. Always love trying to sort things out. Like as soon as I go live, it's just issue after issue, and I'm like, right, let me just fire through all the issues that I can sort the now, and then focus on the rest later. So that's fine. For instance, that's okay too. Righto. 8 likes in 5 years. Well, Jesus Christ, we keep on that streak. If we hit the average of about 50 or 60 viewers, and we're due about 100 likes, it would be one of the highest ones if we could get that. But again, this is it's a very middle of the road type of match against Hearts nonetheless. But we should make this one at least as interesting as we can. It's going to be a bit more laid back because I have a lot more faith in us to get the win today. But for all intents and purposes, like I said, it's just about getting back to basics. Obviously, the last match didn't go to plan. We know what happened, and then obviously we had the joyous occasion of watching Scotland fuck it in the goddamn Nations League as well, which is always lovely. It's always nice to add that on. So we're looking for a bit of just anything to make my life a little bit more okay. That'd be fantastic. That'd be sick. It'd be stupendous. But we'll give you a little rundown of the lineups for those that are just coming in. Hello to everyone that is, by the way. We do appreciate the early birds, but yeah, if you want a little look at the table, like I said, it's not as if we're in danger zones or anything, but the last match obviously wasn't the greatest thing we could ever see. You know what I mean? That late loss to Rangers wasn't exactly ideal. We could have wrapped things up pretty early, actually. We could have won it, not this match day, but the match after, if we did beat Rangers. Didn't happen, so it's going to take a few extra match days on top of that, but pretty interesting match, obviously, given the fact that Hearts are actually one of the more kind of form teams. I say that kind of with an asterisk because no team is particularly running away with it in terms of form. It's usually 3 wins apiece and then a draw or a loss, or 2 losses. For instance, the top 2, 3 wins, 2 losses. You've got Hibs on 3 wins, 2 draws. So yeah, a lot of teams are very similar in terms of league shape. I literally spent 10 minutes getting all this going through my throat before I had to go live. You better not start, man. How you doing, Owen? Nice to see you, my guy. Nice to see you. Man, I thought you were talking about my header there. But if you want a little look at the lineups, here you go. Like I said, a few changes that are... well, I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same lineup. If memory serves anyway, it was the exact same lineup that kind of fielded the team. I should say, at Celtic Park against that Rangers team. So, yeah, pretty much unchanged. Don't see there being too many bad things about this. Nowitzki was actually quite... solid in that last match, so we'll be interested to see how he builds with us. And obviously, I think over the course of things, yeah, the Celtic TV starting to shit again already, man. That's why I always get pissed off with these fucking things, because literally it's like, I get it, it's an emulator, all that good shit, but it just lags way too much for it to be justifiable. Let's see if that fixes it, because I'm again not really in the mood to sit here and do this like every single 2-3 minutes, because That'd be irritating. I'll be fully honest with you. There we go. We got it all going. But yeah, I mean, obviously we know that what's happening with the defensive lineup. Obviously, Schmeichel, he's been kind of out for pretty much the rest of the season as a guarantee at this point. At the minimum, it's going to be about 10 weeks, I would gather, based on the fact that that shoulder injury against Portugal didn't look particularly too fun, let's say. But Johnston and Schlupp, they kind of hold their fallback spots, and Asalo takes the spot in between the sticks, which will be interesting. Like I said, that Carter Vickers Nowitzki pair, they weren't particularly bad against Rangers, but there was definitely some things that were exploitable, let's say, so it'll be interesting to see if those two can tighten that ship up a little bit and just get across the line. And Giles, Hatate and McGregor are the midfield three, so again, can't really say there's too much wrong with that. More than happy with it, should be able to get the job done. And of course the front three are of Kuhn, Jota, and of course our big man in between the middle, Daisen Maeda. He has been without a doubt our key player, and we'll be talking a little bit about them as this goes on as well, because of course obviously there's that talk about his contract that's potentially going to be extended at the end of the season, which would be very nice. But for Hearts, their lineup's pretty interesting too. They've got some definitely an interesting formation at the very damn least, you can kind of say that. But you know, I like the way that they've kind of got it set up to funnel through the midfield. They know that they're not really going to win too many midfield battles, or at least when it comes to forcing it out to the wings, they're going to want to get it in towards Shankland and I think it's Kabangu. Let me just actually. It's Kabangu. Yeah, so it's like him and Wilson up front, and obviously that wee Wilson's making some headlines. He's a decent wee youngster. Obviously they've got some good backup players that they can rely on, very, very solid players too. Obviously Nielsen at the back, Craig Gordon's obviously that experienced goalkeeper in between the sticks that can certainly dig out a good game within himself every now and then, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. Obviously Benigni, Penrice, Devlin, the kind of midfield three that will kind of anchor everything together and try and at least keep the pressure off the front three that are ahead of them. Like I said, Shankland playing as that anchor cam, but he'll push forward and deep and kind of drop in as necessary where he needs to. And obviously Kabangu and Wilson, the front two, as we just kind of aforementioned. I like the fact that they got the full back spread out a little bit deeper in, and based on the way that this lineup's set, they're going to push themselves a little bit more forward, so expect Milner and Forrester to just kind of hang off the sides of Penrice and Devlin at times, especially if they're trying to be offensively at any point in the early stages of this match. It's going to be interesting. Minimally, it's going to be an interesting tactical battle, because you don't see many formations like this, especially in the Scottish Premiership, so it'll be interesting to see if Celtic cope with it the ways that we know we can, right? And again, after that last defeat, especially with it being at home, you want to kind of shake that monkey off your back as fast as possible and get yourself going again, and this would be the perfect way to do it. A nice, calm, controlled win against a very decent Hearts side that, you know, didn't start the season particularly well, but they have caught fire when it's mattered most, and they're keeping their push on for the top six. A win for them today would see them pretty much cement themselves in that place. They'll want to kind of do as much as they can in that front. So, like I said, not Celtic's strongest team, but should be good enough to get the job done. Getting a turn out, I'm glad. It definitely deserves it. It was one of the few players against Rangers that were actually genuinely alright to watch. The goal and clearance off the line, a couple of good aerial battles it was able to win, good passing out for the back at times as well. Like, can't say that he did too many things that were particularly wrong, so you know, you have to look at it like that. How you doing, Snitch? Nice to see you, fella. Hope you're doing well. Just seeing if any of the other feeds want to bless us with at least a better quality one, because this one's fine, but it's a wee bit Lego blocky, let's say. But I'm looking forward to this at the very least. You know what I mean? I mean, in terms of predictions, what do we go with here? Because again, defensively we're not at our best. It's definitely an interchange team as well. So in my head, I'd take the gamble. It's the boys heading out the tunnel there now. I'd take the gamble and say that this is going to be a 2-0. I don't think it's going to be a sweeping type of performance. I don't think Hearts are going to have the minerals to necessarily dig a result out. But like I said, they do have something to play for, and Celtic very much do as well. Because a win for us would kind of calm the nerves down a little bit. You don't want to be losing 2 games in a row at any stage of the season. Let's be honest, especially if you are one of the top teams in the league. And Celtic haven't been particularly convincing over the last few weeks, so like I said, a nice, calm, refined performance wouldn't be so bad whatsoever. But as they're kind of doing the little lineups thing, we might as well read out the teams from our side. Let's start with Celtic. It's not Schmeichel in between the sticks due to his injury, but it is a keeper that should be good enough to get the job done. Sinisalo starts in between for them. Johnston and Schlupp are the fallbacks with Carter Vickers, and of course our big Paul holding his own there with Nowitzki as well. And Giles, McGregor and Rio are the midfield three, with of course Kuhn and Jota starting either side. On the wings with Dyson playing as a central man in the middle, But keep in mind, they'll rotate as necessary. Maybe Maeda will step out to the left and let Jota get a few central chances where he can. For Hearts, their lineup is very different with that kind of 4-1-2-1-2 type lineup, but very interesting nonetheless. They've got Craig Gordon in between the sticks with Tipper Hat because the man's a baller. Forrester and Milner are the two kind of fall backs with Nielsen and Steinweider playing as their kind of centre back pairing. Of course, Benigmini, Devlin and Penrice are the kind of midfield three that will hold up wherever they can and wherever they can. Shankland playing as their anchor cam just off ahead of them, and of course Wilson and Kabangu playing as their front two. If you want a few bench options, there's your little kind of rundown of that. A few interesting options that we can go with. Trusty's back on the bench, which is always nice to see. We've got Yang, McCowan, Bernardo is on. I'd love to see some minutes for him actually, to be fair, quite honestly, it'd be nice. But of course they do have options too. Forrest on the bench for them, Dander, and I'd say Spittle as well. Spittle's definitely an option they can rely on should they need him. Got to be pretty effective. Like I said, it's not going to be a classic vintage Celtic 6-0 sweeping performance, but it should be good enough to get the job done, and as James just put there, and poetically so, a one will do by any means. How you doing, Rab? Nice to see you, mate. Play, nice to see you as well. I'm pretty sure I think you're a new face, so welcome. Hope you're enjoying yourself, lad. Neveritsky's on, exactly it, man. Hopefully it does what needed to be done, but the ball's about to get rolling, so football time, boys. It's time for some football. Let's go. A decent performance is all we can ask for. It's rolling, and we'll kind of wait like a second or so, and then we'll Google a refresh because it takes a little bit for some reason. But hopefully a decent performance is the minimum we can expect. Carter Vickers just going to take it simple, roll it back to Sinisalo. Nice to see the Finn getting some early touches. Either way, we do have a Scandinavian shot stopper in between the sticks, so it's not so bad. Give this a wee refresh now. We should be at least a minute or maybe two on the screen, I'm not too sure. But again, sometimes it likes to take its time. Yeah, that's the problem. It will do its thing. Hi then, Bob, nice to see you. Good old reliable Bob 4-0 today. I'd love that enthusiasm. It's played out towards Slop, and there is a potential break for us to get an early chance here. Played out towards that left hand side. Jota just stands it up. Calm enough. Decent ball into the box as well. Headed up and away. Calm enough, he Hearts. They're playing a little bit deeper in. Shankland's complaining about something there, but I mean, you're a minute into the game. I don't think you have a reason to be bitching that hard nonetheless. It's been played. Slop goes short. Caught back by the Portugueseman. Calm enough. Laid out towards that far side. Carter Vickers will retain and gather and potentially look for a route down that right hand flank. A 1-2 pass between him and Johnston will keep it calm enough. Google, can you do your job? That'd be fantastic. Yay! Thank you. Very cool. We got it there. It took its sweet fucking time, but nonetheless. That's a good ball through actually. Takes a awkward pop up. Maybe Schlupp will get there and force, but in fairness, good committed from Devlin. Forces it up the pitch, but only as far out for a Celtic throw in. Calm enough. Get the Forest back for the semi-final against St Johnstone. Also a goal at hand. I think it'd be nice to get him some minutes, but I mean it'll be interesting actually. Maybe he does. I'd like to hope so. It's a good short pass. A little bit of a gamble though, because Rio's going to have to go backwards anyway, pretty much inside their own box there, but calm enough. Nice for Johnston. Calm for Kuhn. Tries to get past his man. Good hold up play for Penrice, but apparently it's a foul on him too. I don't really see how. Maybe he caught him with the studs on the follow through for the reverse angle and I just didn't see it. Let's see, maybe this gives us a bit more of a clarification. Oh, he does catch him, right. Hits him in the studs, fair enough. Foul for Hearts. It is in that early danger area. You've got a lot of overlapping runs of that back kind of stick, especially if the free kick's played in with a lot of pace. It's going to be Penrice to swing in. Tees himself up well enough. Good, well hit cross as well. It is won by a maroon shot, sliced back in and should be gathered by Sinisalo. Comfortable enough. Nice to see the big man can claim it. Played out from the back. Very good throw as well, I might add actually. And we could have a little bit of a break forward. Sent in behind. Takes a bounce and it just doesn't necessarily walk out. Summer transfer window will be interesting to see what happens. We need another striker big time. Tell you right now, Evan Ferguson's definitely a shout for me. Fotis Ioannidis, Chris Gordon, 3 immediate shouts, which if we got any of them, I'd be very, very pleased with. I think Ferguson's just lacking confidence because he's not getting as much, I guess, hype down at Brighton, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Other account isn't working, I'd love to see it. How you doing? I didn't even know you had multiple accounts, but that's even better. Fantastic. Played short towards Carter, calm enough. I like the fact that him and Nowitzki are just staying fairly close knit. They're not stepping too far out from each other, which is always nice to see. Played short, calm. Nothing wrong with that at all. It might be switched far and wide though, and maybe a tad overhit, but well taken down by Kuhn. He gives the ball away, very silly though, and it's a break forward chance for Hearts. Played down that side, he might have to go for a quick cross, and he somehow manages to win the fucking 50-50. Ball gets at a cross, Sinisalo spills it, played out towards a just about dealt with by Carter Vickers. I was going to say Hearts had a real chance to get something there, but you have to say it's the first big opportunity. It's a really good break into the box, but thankfully it didn't fall away. Kuhn was a bit silly giving the ball away that easily, I have to say. He doesn't really track back, and then when he does, he gets beaten out on that far side, I think, by Kobunga, and it's just not the greatest pass across the face of the box, let's say. Those international breaks suck balls. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes. That's a good clearance for Sinisalo. I heard like a slight chance there, but staved off. That's a good win for Hearts as well. They're being very aggressive, I will say that, but they are winning the balls, so can't take anything away from them. Yeah, to be fair, I did get a goal in the international window. I think in the second leg against Bulgaria, I did anyway. Oh, there you go, you know it's bad when the ref's already having words with Shankland. It wasn't even him that put the challenge in. I suppose they're just showing that replay in the Devlin challenge. Good play short, McGregor, calm enough. Don't play it backwards. Fuck me. Yeah, this is the thing. You're not really going to expect your goalkeeper to be calm with his feet like that, especially when he's not had consistent minutes. Don't play it back to him because you're just putting us under needless fucking pressure. It's 6 minutes and it's basically been one-way traffic. A little bit of complacency maybe showing in some aspects of a play 100% because it's just way too easy right now. Hearts aren't even putting too much effort in, just simple passes in behind, but they've always got someone there, and the referee's more than happy to give that as a foul. I'm not really honestly sure why. The guy is pretty fucking physically enabled. Should not be going down as easy as that. Yeah, I mean, that's a straight up fucking dive. He's getting pushed backwards but falls forwards. Nonetheless, Hearts fucking free kicks somehow. Yeah, interesting. Looks like they'll have a chance. Don't know what it is, but you've got a shaky feeling about the day. I'd have faith until there's a reason not to. Like I said, Hearts are a good side, but should be more than capable of getting a result against these lads. That's a good ball into the box though, headed up and away. Jason will be on, but they'll just allow it to bounce out for a throw in as well. They might as well do so, retain it comfortably enough. Got there in the end, Ram. I was trying to decipher what you were saying there. I'm like, right, that makes sense. That's slightly overhit by Dyson, but he does well to kind of force it into possession anyway. Loses out the second time. Tried to force a 1-2 between him and his man there. Was never really going to work out. I like that press for Schlupp. It's going to be a throw in for Hearts. I mean, we're just doing basic defending right now. It's not as if we're doing a lot of outward creative playmaking, let's say. It's all well and good to kind of hold a lot of the ball, which we are doing at times, but we're not doing anything with it. Lots of the idea of get ball, go forward, try and get something from it, which is pretty much as good as a tactic you can have against a Celtic team like this, because again, it's not an attack or a midfield that's particularly the weakest parts. It's defensively. We do like goals if enough pressure is put on us, and like a few teams in the league are starting to maybe figure that out a tad. It's a good throw back, just calm. There we go, simple enough. Oh yeah, I mean, I think everyone agrees that 9.5 million for him was a little bit too much. Let's be honest, Shadow. You had to work last night to get back until 10 AM this morning after 1 hour of rest. Jesus Christ, man. At least you know if I score early and, like, if they score early, you can pretty much just like, yeah, I'm going to get an extra hour on that minimum. That'd be quite nice. Again, it's just not good defensively whatsoever, though. So I get some of them were on international breaks, I get some of them are maybe still getting themselves up to speed or whatever, but this is a little bit concerning. 10 minutes have been and gone, and you can't really say that I've even seen Craig Gordon in frame. Like, we need to maybe start forcing the ball up the pitch and not through long balls, because again, the long ball tactic doesn't work. Got to consider going across the floor and through them. That's how they're set up to be beat. That's a good ball into space, it's spilled out, and it's a good save for Sinisalo, clear away in the end. Case in fucking point, lads, you can't defend set pieces, stop giving them away. Even the keeper shaking his head like, how the fuck was that even allowed to get over him, man? It wasn't a particularly dangerous cross, but somehow again finds his way through. It's a good save for Sinisalo, it's a good reaction stop, but again, too fucking easy. Slot does well to win the ball back, but again, no one's really trying to retain it. Rio does his best there. Should be a foul. Referee says no, so again, this cunt seems to think it's one set of rules for one team, different set for another. Same fucking prick as always, man. Got to get your finger out, man. Be consistent for both teams. It's always one fucking team gets the short end of the stick, and it always happens to be us. That's a good ball forward. Let's nearly get a good pass in behind, but Johnston does well to kind of spin away from his fella. Played forward, now there's a potential break on. First touch isn't the greatest, but the second is very much good. Maeda gets knocked down there. There's a couple of big fucking shouts, but the referee doesn't seem interested. That's a fucking interesting one. No attempt to play the ball, takes his man out the game pretty much straight and dead on, but like I said, referee doesn't seem fucking interested in giving us anything right now. Even a simple foul is very hard won. Quite ridiculous. I wanted to see the replay back and see if there was like a little flick on that I'd missed or something, but as far as I was concerned, he didn't get anywhere fucking near the ball. Slot. Played out towards that left hand side, good take and touch. Jota rolls it in, Kamenov played back towards Slop again. Novritsky. Simple pass back to Rio. This 1-2 stuff is fine and all, but if you keep going back to the same anchor point, then what's the point in doing the pass in the first place? There's a good pass for Dyson, gets it out towards Kuhn. Somehow gets past his man, that was lovely. Oh, the step over is just as nice. He gets past his man, still going, still driving, and it's a good interceptive tackle on that far side just to keep it in. I think it was Milner that got there to just pop his leg out in front. Cuts it out just in the nick of time, by the way. It's an actually fantastic challenge. Can't take anything away from it, but Celtic will have a set piece of their own. Novritsky has been... he was the best defender in the last Old Firm. That's like self-explanatory as to why he starts. Plus we got Trusty on the bench, so don't think there's a need to put a child on. That's an awkward bounce around. There's a lot of shouts for handball. Referee's pointed for a free kick though. I'm confused. Right, what for? Was there a foul before the handball? Is that what's happening? I'm guessing. I mean, the referee has slowed down play a little bit. He's standing beside Gordon right now. There's a potential, maybe a potential check. There should be. It looked like it came off his wrist, but it'll be a case of whether they decide it's ball to hand or whatever else. Let's take a bit more of a hangy look at this. It does come off his hand. Like, he has his arm out like this because they're trying to claim for a free kick or a penalty. Well, I think it's a free kick, right? And it comes off of Milner's hand. It literally, it's, I'm sorry, but by the rules of the game, that's a clear and obvious handball. His body's in a natural position, his arm's out like that, and I think that's what McGregor's saying. He's like, even if it's soft, that's a penalty, 100%. But apparently the referee has no fucking interest. Well, there we go, that's 2 penalty calls, immediately wiped off in 13 minutes. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those games. Alright, man, we've had two disallowed now. Two of them. 2 of them. Fantastic. Excellent. Swear to God, man, SFA referees must get their fucking licence out of cereal boxes. Hey then, Lizzie, nice to see you, lass. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Jesus, we're going to need him to win this game on the fucking merit of things so far. I'm sorry, but like, maybe there was a foul before the handball. That's probably what I'm guessing. Because it could have kind of came off Jota a weird way. It could have came off his arm, but it's hard to tell for that like specific angle, I suppose. I'm just going to presume there was a foul on the build-up beforehand. That's got to be a foul, though. But again, the referee is just genuinely fucking doing whatever he can to not give us fouls. They're literally two-hand shoving us to the ground, man. Kabungu fucking takes his man clean out the game. Nothing at all for that. Like, again, I ask for consistency. That's all. If you're going to be like this with us, you better be like this for fucking Hearts. But nope, they'll hit the ground and get a free kick every time. I guarantee you this. That is a shit giveaway. You better get there first. Oh my God, that could have been bad, man. Could have been really bad. Yeah, feels like it a little bit, Bob. Slop. Oh, lovely for Johnston. That's calm. Rolls it out to Arn. First touch isn't the best. He's put himself right towards the byline, but he does well. It was a handball by Jota first. See, I figured it would have been something like that. Fair enough then. Oh, it's a loose touch. He shouldn't have maybe stuck his leg out for that one, but good pressure. Nice for Carter. Wins it back. That's my point! How are they allowed to do that? No problem whatsoever, but Carter Vickers stands his man up. Again, 6 foot fucking black guy, by the way. Every time he falls over. The fuck, man? Look, you made of cheese, lad. You must be made of cheese. There is no other fucking way to describe it. This lad is flopping like a fish. Interesting. It's been sent forward. There's a potential breakdown. Schlupp should just retain that, calm enough. No real fuffer fast. There we go. Come on, man. Decent. Punted up and off and away. At least him and Wilson have a little laugh about it. That's nice to see. That's a good shot play. Johnston has it. Laid it back. Calm enough. Sinisalo rolled across, right hand side, cut back for Schlupp, and there's a bit more directiveness about the pass. That's decent. Here we go, run down that side, it's opened up. That's a lovely overlap. Good chance for Dyson, surely it's in. That's the goal we fucking needed. That's a simple counter-attack. It's him again, man. Get him that fucking contract, maybe a statue to boot. That is a lovely finish, well taken. That's a good start. Cannot argue with that whatsoever. Lovely ball through the midfield. And like I said, not trying the shitty long ball over the top that isn't going to go. Just keep it on the ground. Go through them instead. It forces them to defend with their heels and back to the goal. That's what you get. A well-timed run. And it's well taken indeed. Brilliant finish as well. Calm and composed. Love to see it, Dyson, man. Love to see it. Can't wait to hear the... It's a lovely taking touch, man. Give McGregor all the credit in the world, by the way. That pass was inch perfect, man. That is a captain's pass. Lovely overlap, calm and composed, brilliantly well timed by Maeda off the shoulder of his man. Gets around him, no problems whatsoever. Picks his spot, picks it early, commits to it, places it low. Cannot argue with that at all. And someone subscribed during it, even better. Thank you whoever did, that's very kind of you. He is definitely 100% onside. Every single fucking angle says otherwise. Brilliant, man. It's nice to see you. Maeda. Exactly it. That's all that needs to be said. See if there's like a summarisation of Celtic season, it's just those 5 letters. Celtic team without Carlack is nothing. Well, I mean, it shows where he is apparent, where he is good. It's just keeping that fucking midfield composed, which was what we lacked a lot of in that Old Firm. There's already another chance to break forward. Well taken by Arm. Well held up by Arm. Nice. Calm enough. Step it across, come on, another chance. Have a crack, Slopeth. Oh, he didn't have a crack. There's a chance for Wilson to maybe get on a break for Hearts here, actually. He's got overlaps on his own, plays it forward. Carter Vickers is just Carter Vickers. Stands his man up beautifully, calm enough. And I mean, he's bitching that it's a throw, but it looked like it came off him, so can't really argue with it too much. Oh wait, did someone throw a spoiler in? Try and limit that if you can, lads. So there's usually about a minute delay between the feed showing up for use and the chat, or at least real-time chat I should say. There's about 60 seconds, give or take. That's a good break forward. I'm going to be forced back, Hearts, so yeah, we're going to have to go all the way back there. I'll be back in for Lennon Miller. I don't get why people keep asking about Lennon Miller when the midfield is quite literally the one part of the team we don't have to worry about. Unless we get rid of someone. Like, if we sell Bernardo or Rio or get rid of McCowan, sure, like, go for Miller, but there's no point right now. There is literally none. I would rather focus that, and rather than spending $5.5 million on a midfielder that won't get minutes, because as good as people think he is, he's not starting material for Celtic, then I'd rather spend that $5-10 million on a stronger centre-back or a, you know, solid permanent striker. Just for me. Anyway, like if Rio goes in the summer or something, yeah, go for him 100%, but I think as it stands right now, he just wouldn't get into the team. McCowan fundamentally in my head is a better midfielder than Miller, even this season on like statistics. Oh, could have been awkward. Well dealt with by Sinisalo. Ah, that's very kind of you, Lindsay. We do appreciate that. There's a decent community. We've got a few lassies in here too. A lot of them are genuinely lovely as well, so that's always it's always nice to have an extra one. Thank you very much for joining us. I guess the weather's doing its thing. Yeah, O'Neill, respectfully, fella, try and limit it if you can, lad. It does ruin it for people in chat. Not me personally, because I mean, I don't read chat whenever there's attacks and back and forths going on. But it does ruin it for some people in chat. So at least try and limit it for about 10 or 15 seconds. At least celebrate the goal first, then type it out. Gives people time to catch up. Is that to be fair, I was going to say, is that a foul? And then the first replay, you see Carter Vickers catch him on the inside. That's going to be a very dangerous one to deal with as well. And they do have people that can hit them. They've got Wilson, they've got Devlin that can call them around the wall. Obviously they've got Shankland as well. I mean, Carter Vickers isn't happy with it at all, but I mean, he's definitely not clean out. Right, God, fuck off, man, seriously. I get it, you're shagging Mother Nature and a belter, man, but it doesn't mean she needs to be screaming at my fucking window. Shut it. That's why I fucking hate living in these goddamn houses sometimes. That's a chance for Hearts on the free kick, bounces out, shot, cannons up and away. There's another half chance and that one just sails comfortably over the top, calm enough. I might need to open my window fully just to stop that, but it means that I'm just going to get blasted with wind. Oh, don't worry about it at all, Lindsay. Mistakes happen. Like Naida when he's through on goal. Sometimes he gets it wrong. That's a really good potential break for us if he can keep that under control. Lovely Kuhn. Lovely pass as well. He's just opened the team up. A belter. Slop, left side. Got overlaps if he needs him. Opts to use it early. Maybe not the call, I would honestly say, but Jota might just take it on. Cuts it to the edge of the box. Could potentially lay it off. The football is very calm and convincing at times, you have to say. That's what I'm saying. The sustained pressure is always nice to see because we attack in waves. It's constant 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like sustained attacks, and we're not really getting shots at. Oh, that's awkward! That's awkward! Off the post, surely! Then it's 2! That's game, surely! If Jota's on side for that initial header, which it looks like he is, that might be it, and Jota hits the good old-fashioned... I mean, Gordon's already complaining at the referee. They've done a lot of bitching. That is all Hearts have basically done this entire fucking match, is flop and complain. Typical. But it looks like that goal might stand. It was very, very calm. More peaceful in Costa Rica? God damn, I'd love to be there, I'll tell you that for free. Let's see. Is the ball in initially? We need to see if Maeda's onside first of all. He's definitely on. It's a case of if Jota's online with him, which, yeah, no, he's more than fine. That goal will stand perfectly. Well, I said 2-0 is full-time prediction. We've got 2. There we go. It's not necessarily Jota on the wing, but he comes in fucking firing from it, which is all we can ask. Brilliant, brilliant fucking awareness to get on the end of that. It's a good save for Gordon as well, might I add. The header for Maeda was nice. The save for Gordon was lovely, but it spills out to the worst possible part of the pitch. Jota's there to tap it in. We're 2-0 to the good. Yes, sir. Let's commence some more football. If we get a third, that's brilliant. 4-0 incoming. Let's get it, Bob. I hope it happens for your sake. Will not replace what AJ brings. True, but that's because like Johnston's one of those like, oh wait, hold on, I was going to say they were getting a bit too dicey with that defensive error. I mean, if Johnston leaves, what I'd imagine is that we'd probably go like, if you're thinking in my head, right, I would do one of two things. I would either say Lamal and just buy Hickey, because I mean Johnston would go for about 20-25 million. You could probably bring Hickey in for Brentford and on. I mean he's ex-Celtic. You know that he's going to play for the badge. Does a lot for UEFA, like obviously the like national rules and stuff like that as well. Plus it's just nice to have 2 of Scotland's best fullbacks on either side of the pitch, if you think about it. Or alternatively, just go for Ben Doak for vibes. We'd probably afford them, right? At that point, let's hope. Oh yeah, Jota will be 100% firing on all cylinders. Well, once he gets to like, the end of this season, maybe a couple of months into the next, that's when you'll see the best of him back. Who's Carter Vickers been rumoured with, Lindsay? I can't honestly say that I've seen any major links with him. I'd imagine with Serie A teams, right? Because the Serie A teams love defenders like him, I'd imagine. Holy shit, we've actually broke the 16-20. That's taken like a month to do. Hell yes. Thank you very much, lads. That's very kind of you. I think Maeda will stay 100%. He seems to be quite set on the idea of holding himself down. There we go, decent, run it. Kuhn's going to completely another if I mean Devlin goes down now. At least there's like a handshake between him and Kuhn to be like, look, no bad blood, McGregor's having words with the referee, because like I said, every time Hearts hit the deck it is a foul, and any time we're getting clipped and bunched over, because I mean he stands up, Kuhn stands his ground, he goes down because he's a fucking bitch, absolute quivering little bitch. Fucking Devlin, man. It's not Devlin, it's Diving, that's his name. We still have Ralston. Why would we need anyone else? Because Ralston is good, but he's not great. I would say, like, just reinverse that. I'd say go for someone like a Hickey, or you could go for you could just shithouse it, go for Patterson for fun. But I'd like to see us invest in some of our youth players. Like, ideally, I'd say fuck it, right? We want a good CDM. Just go for Scott, man. Just get McTominay. I'm sure he would love to come to Celtic if we offered him a decent enough wage. That's a great time challenge. I mean, McGregor would be a force to be reckoned with in that midfield. I think that's fair to say. Out to the South London, so what? Like, Fulham then? Maybe Fulham? I could see him at Fulham, yeah. That's a lovely ball. Kuhn, Koran! Oh, he lays it off instead. I actually really like that. Usually he cuts it in and goes for the shot, but he sees Johnston's run, lays it out. Beautiful shot. Good save in the end, though. Well, I said good save, it was more of a good block, but good saving tackle, I should say. Nice move all round, though. Yeah, honestly, you could go with that. That's lovely news daily, but don't be putting random shit in my chat, please, thank you. Nice. Shoot. Oh, not a bad crack. It was probably a lot more off target than that camera angle would suggest, but I respect it, Rio. I love you for that one. You could see Carter Vickers at Everton. Maybe not. Bournemouth more likely. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you say that, Rab, but we said that about Tierney after he left. Oh, we're never going to get him back. We said that about, Jota. We've kind of got the same thing going with Christopher Ayer now, because apparently we're talking about bringing him back. It's very unlikely, I want to clarify, but there have been rumours. As far as this game's going though, very composed. Like I said, I'd say the opening 10 minutes, it was definitely Hearts' game, but once we kind of got that first goal on the board, things have very quickly calmed down. Maybe that's why Kuhn's not playing as great right now, Lindsay. My overarching theory is maybe he's just having a very slow end to the season, so that he doesn't actually have to be transferred at the end of it. And then, once the summer window ends, he'll be back to his best. That's my point. We'd be able to take advantage of it. We'd be able to get him on a decent cut deal, I would say. I think he would force it if it meant that he's getting Champions League football. So you have to look at it like that. About 15 minutes left in this half, give or take, with whatever's... I'd imagine there'd be about a minute and a half added time at most. Sinisalo, just calmly rolls it across. There we go, big fella, nothing too dangerous. Things you love to see. Rio cuts it across. Nice. I mean, you would make that argument, Rab. I'd make the argument that he went down to Arsenal being told, hey, you're going to be a crucial left-back that plays every goddamn minute, and then he doesn't play every minute. Injuries play a small part, yeah, but there have been lots of players that get injured down there that have full recoveries and just get straight back into the squad. But it's hard to do it consistently because you've got a few players that are now suffering through that, because you've got O'Reilly for Brighton right now. That's a good example off the top of my head. That's good, face slop. I love the way he's standing his man up. Good physicality, big fella, things you love to see. Did my phone just go? Oh, I didn't even see people had messaged me. I didn't even realise that my battery's about to die on my phone as well. I'll actually put that on at half time. Lovely control. Give Hearts credit for that, that was very nice. Well taken down, they still got a move going, Shanklin holds it up well. Lovely cut across as well. Wilson tries to force it into the box, takes a bounce, should be gathered. Is gathered, not exactly cleared though by Celtic, and Hearts will retain it. Good hold up touch for Devlin, pinged out towards that far left side. Ball in behind for Kabunga. Tries to go for the snapshot cross. It's so fucking awkward. My god, man, what was that? How did that find a way through? Led to like a spillage in the box, and Hearts nearly got like a snapshot at the back stick somehow. That is insane. I need to see the replay back, and I'm presuming it was a miss kick that allowed that through. Nowitzki does calm to deal with that one. Just pops it away. Jota will chase his man. Kind of put the clips on his heels a wee bit there. Nice pressure. Hearts will retain the throw comfortably enough though. Exactly it. You need to know how to use certain players, and I feel like we could definitely get the best back out of Tierney. I mean, his best football was at Celtic beforehand, but he's coming back to a stronger team. He's not running down the wing with fucking Sinclair and Patrick Roberts and Lee Griffiths. He's doing it with players like Jota, Maeda and fucking Click Kuhn. No offence or anything, I'd consider that a massive upgrade for Tierney. So why wouldn't you come back? I wouldn't mind taking a decent wage cut if it meant I was guaranteed first team football in the Champions League at a club that I absolutely adore with every fibre in my being. Hell, I'd play for Celtic for like 10p. Like, throw me on the pitch, I'll snap some legs, get red carded and have a 5-game suspension, but just bring me off the bench if you need someone injured. Do something like that, I don't fucking know. I'll take whatever minute I could get, man. That's calm. Lovely for McGregor. That pass is superb, man. He's been brilliant this half. Schlupp runs it forward. Oh, he goes in, but that is lovely for Schlupp! He should have scored. That would have been fucking superb. That would have been a cracking goal. He went between like 3 of them, like they just weren't there, like they were the invisible wall. It wasn't even a bad shot, but Gordon just gets his leg out, big, firm and fair. Good save, good shot, good football all round for both sides. Little meander forward for Johnston, lovely. Oh my god, yeah, we're playing football now, boys. We are playing football, and then some. Ball in behind's calm as fuck. Johnston gets the bounce up, it might be a shot for the edge of the box. Yes! Go on, Schlupp, I respect it. It was nowhere near the target, but we'll love him for it anyway. He said that if Katie started this season for Arsenal, they would have won the league. No, because they're still heavily behind, like, Liverpool. I don't think a left-back's going to sway the point tally all too much. I feel like they would have been a bit more consistent defensively, I think that's fair to say, but they still wouldn't have picked up to maybe an extra point or two at best. A lot of the games that Arsenal have lost or fucked up this season have always just been very type of draws or losses that they shouldn't really be subjected to. That's not a foul, referee. I was going to say, thank fuck, for the first time he actually sees that it's a dive. Beautiful. Let's hope they just clear the lines instead in that case. Calm enough for them. Looks like it came off Schlupp's hand, but it could have came off his chest. Either way, referee isn't interested. Throw in for Hearts on the far side, just inside their own half. You're ready with your whiskey infused blueberry honey butter. Oh my, no, I'm sorry. I need to fucking read that in like a southern accent, you know what I mean? Goddamn, back now with my whiskey infused blueberry honey butter oatmeal. Good for you, man. That sounds very, very healthy. Oh, before they drop points. Are you talking like early in the season? I thought like there's a guy that came out like recently, as in the last 2 weeks, and he's like, you know, we would have won the league if it was for Kieran Tierney. I suppose that does make a little bit more sense. Can't really argue with that one too much. Definitely slowing things down over the last 5 or 10 minutes, but I don't think it's a bad idea. You want to just get into the second half with a good little bundle of energy on top of it. How you doing, Mark? Nice to see my guy who's scored. We've got 2 goal scorers for this one. Goal in the 17th minute, I think, anyway, from Dyson Maeda. It was a lovely finish from an even better pass for McGregor. And then Jota scored not too long afterwards. It was, again, it was an effort from Maeda. Good header, saved off the post, and then spilled back out. Jota just had a running tap in, let's say. It's very well taken. No, no, they're fucked. They still have the half chance of being able to get 1 or 2 trophies. That's a lovely layoff. Have a crack. From range, McGregor. Oh, he doesn't have a crack for range. That's unlucky. Should have. Could just get a bit too lax with his passes at times. I would just like to see you calm it down, Nicholas. Just a tad, son. Anything else about this half? Again, besides the opening 10 minutes, you'd say it's been very much one-way traffic. Celtic have had way more of the ball. You'd say Hearts have had chances, but 3 or 4 of them have just been half cracks from range. But they've had 1 or 2 really good opportunities. And speaking of chances, they've got one here. That is a lovely ball, but it's just not even attempted to be collected by Shanklin. There's a chance for Hearts, though. How have they missed that? That is a massive miss. I'm confused. How the fuck do you miss the open? Like, you have to hit the target for there, surely. It's a lovely cross back in. Oh, it was such a lovely pass with Penrice as well. They should have had one back at least, though. How you doing, Ben? Nice to see you, lad. It's been a while. For more against these diets, please. That'd be fantastic. Well, I mean, there's a few that have had 4-0 predictions. I said 2-0 at full time. I'm being very much proven wrong so far. Things you love to see. Good ball out towards that right hand side. Kuhn steps inside, very calm. Runs it. Lovely layoff, although it's going to be slightly overhit. Retained comfortably enough and pushed forward. Lovely flick up actually, but again, give Hearts credit. They're keeping themselves physical. They're throwing themselves into every 50 they can. Even if they're not necessarily benefiting from it in too many ways, they can at least keep the pressure of Having that extra body there. It's always windy up here, man. It's the perks. No, it was no one's mistake at the back if you're talking about the chance that Hearts just had. It was just a really good cross. That's going to be overhit. I respect it again. Rio has the right idea trying to force it in behind like that, but just didn't work out. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, cameras do a good job of hiding how miserable the weather is sometimes, but I can assure you at Glasgow it is pissing it down. Hey there, Michael, nice to see you. I am back. Alright. Fucking Spawn, he's returned. Sinisalo having a decent game. I mean, he's made one or two good stops, he's not really had too much else to do besides that. He's, I'd say, pretty much the basics. He's got the basics down, he's doing okay, so can't really argue with it too much. Oh, that's decent. Simple pass, and there we go, just roll it back. Johnston will get it back to Carter Vickers and we'll play across the defensive line again. I thought we would have gone up the right hand side, there was space, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. Played back, nice 1-2. Novritsky, calm, go long. Yes, Novritsky. That's why I like him, man. His passing is convincing. That's a lovely pass forward as well. And Kuhn's breaking down that far side. Have a shot. Does. It's in the back of the net, but it might be offside. I'm not too sure. It's going to be close. I don't want to celebrate until I see the side angle, but Maeda might have a brace. I hope he has a brace. Fuck, this is why I hate VAR, because I'd usually be bouncing off the walls right now, but I can't even celebrate until that reverse angle is shown, because it's close. Let's have a gander, let's have a little look. First ball through is definitely onside. It's going to be a case of Kuhn through to Maeda. Is he on? Yes! God, Dyson! It's a double. Oh, that is absolutely fucking pristine. Again, it's that long pass through for the middle for Rio that opened it up, man. Oh, that is so clean. Rio just literally went, my ancestors will make sure this pass gets through. Perfectly weighted, man. Kuhn does brilliant, takes a touch, lays it across, and thankfully for Maeda, because we see it so often where Maeda just overclocks his run, he doesn't, he holds it perfectly. Cannot ask for more than that. We're 3-0 up before the end of the first half. This game is signed, sealed and delivered, and then some. Hoping that Carter Vickers has sorted himself out, been off his game recently. He's had a much better game this time round. He's standing up his man more than comfortably enough. Getting a well-deserved slapping. Yeah, but I mean, that would entail that they've shown up to be slapped. Oh, I love that for Rio. He went in two-footed and everything, trying to win that back, and still actually gets up to try and win the foul. Fucking excellent. Love that for you, Rio. Like I said, when he gets physical, he's very enjoyable to watch. That's good for Schlupp. Holds it up. Been suffering with the mental health. Ah, fuck, man. We all have in some ways, mate. We've all got our own battles, but at least you're still in the war, mate. That's the way to look at it. You've not been shot yet. Still fucking standing, soldier. That's the main thing. Played forward. There's a potential break in behind. That did not stay in play. That looked like it bounced out, but nonetheless, referees allowed it. And now Hearts have a chance to break. Oh my god, it's a 3v3 and they've pulled it back for a foul. Okay, now I can understand why Shankland's annoyed at that, because to be fair, it just looked like McGregor didn't necessarily get control of the ball. Well, I guess if there's a replay, we'll see, but it's very similar to a lot of the fouls that Kubiyung, or whatever his name, that fucking striker for Hearts, have got up front. Because Wilson's not trying to fall over every time he's touched, but Kubungu absolutely is. He's flopping and diving wherever he can. Get changes on half time. don't feel like there's too much to change unless you're making some really, I guess, off the cuff type changes. Like, yeah, maybe bring Yang on, give him some minutes. That'd be quite nice to see. Who else would be a good shout? Probably McCowan. Bring him on for, I'd say, Arn, just because Giles hasn't been too involved in this first half, I would say. Although I say that, he's just played a really good pass. Oh, what a touch! Make it 4! Make it 4! Oh, it's a shot straight at Gordon, though. A little bit better. I love that. A little weak from Kuhn, I'll be honest with you. And I mean, yeah, Spees and Love has just put. It just should have, yeah, 100% should have done better. The first touch to get him behind was fucking stupendous, though. I'll to use the nod today, but I feel that. I think most people that watch my streams usually watch it on their phone or whatever, and they just use the little voice thing. Maybe getting Bernardo on for some minutes wouldn't be a bad idea at this point, actually. And again, anyone that has subscribed over the course of this half, very, very kind of you, by the way. That's massively appreciated. I think I've cemented myself that the 2,000 goal for the end of the season isn't going to happen. I would need to get like fucking, I don't know, like 60, 70 subs a stream. Not going to happen at all. But any help is 100% appreciated. There's only about a minute and a half-ish left of the additional time. Only 2 minutes to be played. God, still going all credit to the boy. I'm fucking right, it's been good. I and Bernardo, the first 2 of the game time for me, that's the areas we need to cover. So you say bring them on, see if they're up to. But oh my god, hold on, chance! Rio! Oh, Rio, no, oh, Rio. Man. That's the classic, I'm just going to throw everything I have, and even Maeda's little pat on the shoulders, just to be like, brother, do not do that again. Like, his eyes lit up, man, he's seen his name in lights, and I mean, to be fair, he shot the ball pretty much at those lights and fucking completely cut them off. I love that one back for McGregor as well. The little flick up was lovely, but Rio just didn't really time himself on this, like, on the pivot. But I do love the fact that he went for that. Again, the ideas are there, the passing's nice, we're playing centrally, we're going through them, we're holding up the ball, we've got more off the ball. We're doing a lot with the possession as well, which is always nice. Can't say it's been a bad first half whatsoever. Calm and composed. Throwing Jude Bonner and let that boy show what he's got. Honestly, not a bad shout, but I'd say maybe get one more just for assurance. Just for insurance's sake, I should say. I was going to say no, but it's spelled with a K, exactly. Nope. Yeah, I was going to say, maybe don't go in with a shoulder. Shanklin's complaining again, but that is literally your fucking highlights reel, man. You know what I mean? Welcome to Shanklin's highlights in the match against Celtic. It's just him doing this every like 5 minutes. McCowan, when he came at the big chance in the game, he failed. Huh? We'll not tolerate McCowan slander. The man's literally had more fucking goal contributions off the bench than any other player. And he's still like young as shit, man. He's like younger than fucking like Arn. People forget this. I will not take that. Nah, like yeah, he may have disappeared in the big game, but that's what happens when you get thrown into the fucking deep end in a goddamn derby match. He was signed as a substitute. Keep this in mind. Like, give that same treatment to the other midfielders that, you know, get paid the big bucks to start, but I feel like that's a bit harsh, man. Just a wee bit, I'd honestly say that. Oh, calm enough. For fuck's sake, it's one game in a team full of no turn-ups. Well, yeah, I mean, it'd be a bit a shame if they were all vegetables. That's all I need to say. But a lot of them show up when they have to, right? Like, again, A lot of people think, right, we've lost 2 derbies in a row, therefore we're shit. Like, nah, I mean, keep in mind, right, like, the only reason we lost the fucking last one was because, again, we couldn't finish. It wasn't because Rangers were better than us. Look at the stats in that game, look at the chances in that game. Celtic should have scored fucking 5 or 6, let alone the goddamn fucking 2 that they did. On top of a really bad defence. We weren't playing with a full strength team, we were down our captain, down our main striker, like, there's a lot of ifs, buts and maybes. We're going through a rough patch, but we're still 13 points ahead of a team that's going through their golden patch. That should tell you we're still pretty good. I think a lot of people like to jump to conclusions. Right, what's the average age, Rab? That's what I'm saying. Like, McCowan's still got at least, as of now, 10, 12 years before he stops playing football. And again, he's a bench option that we paid $1 million for. Like, different if we paid 6, 7, 8 million for, then you can maybe make that case, but he's a backup. We definitely need to do something different. There's no excuse really for 2 games getting beat though. Not this season from I'm going to presume you're saying them though. I guess to a degree, but the way I'd also point this out is that we have been able to, despite being the worse off in the derby matches as a whole, we've been able to take a cup off them. We've been able to comfortably lead the league. They have capitulated themselves. Right, see, at the end of the day, it's not focusing on what other teams do, it's focusing on what we do. We've had a slight off patch. Last season we had patches like that basically every fucking 2-3 weeks. Right, so the fact that this is only happening a little bit, and again we're saying this while we're 3-0 up against a team for the capital. Hearts aren't a bad side. Right, we've talked about this at the start of the game and we're running through them like they don't even exist. Oh shit, Michael, you actually, without realising it, you've just given me like a reminder to put this on charge. Thank you very much. Are there any other games that are going on right now that you would like me to take a look at? I'm more than happy to have a look at goal lines and stuff like that. Let me go into this. Let's see if there's any other games happening right now. Hibs are 2-0 up against St Johnstone. That's not too surprising, honestly. And Aberdeen are 2-1 up against Motherwell. Interesting. Seems like they're trying to find their feet again. Always nice to see. St Mirren are 2-0 up against Kelly as well. Dundee don't play until... Oh, they actually play against Rangers, I just realised. They kick off at 5:30 today, and then you've got County and Dundee United. They kick off tomorrow, that's the last game. But right now, they're all the scorelines there. Who scored in the Hibs game? Hoylett and Boyle. That's interesting. St Mirren and Kelly, who scored in those games? Boyd Monson and O'Donnell. And the game that matters for us, we're leading. Serie A games. I can take a gander for you now, Chief. Serie A. Let's have a gander. There's only been 2 games that have been played. The other one's literally just about to finish. Empoli drew 1-1 with Como. They were down to 10 men. I suppose I gave like a little thing. When the other match was Bologna, they scored to make it 1-0. All the other games kick off later on. I'm presuming if you're talking about that, that is an interesting game, Fiorentina and Atalanta though. That will be a very damn good game. But if you're looking at the Scottish Premiership, like I said, there are all the scores there. Aberdeen's 2-1 up against Motherwell. Hibs are 2-0 up against St Johnstone. St Mirren are 2-0 up against Kelly. And of course in our game, we vibing. We're doing what we need to do, so there is that. That is very much true on the Permot. Be interesting to see how they respond, because I think they know realistically Celtic have got all 3 points signed, sealed, delivered, wrapped up, all the good words for it. So for us it's just a case of getting across the line in this game. Maybe, like I said, make a change or two. I mean, if you look at the way that we've got bench options, I'd say get Yang on the pitch just to give Kuhn a little bit of a run out, which would be quite nice. I'd say maybe get Bernardo Maybe Forrest as well. I'd like to see Forrest get some minutes, especially if his brother comes off the bench. Just like the perfectly timed sub where you get like Alan Forrest and James Forrest coming on at the same minute. That'd be quite funny. But honestly, any change that we could make is pretty decent off that bench. Like every one of them is a solid player, right? Taylor, Trusty, Ida, Yang, McCowan, Bernardo. I think Bain's the goalkeeper that's on the bench as well right now. Forrest and Ralston. So we can definitely rely on some options for sure. It's just a case of what tweaks would you make. You'd rather have a treble left at the end of the season than 2 derby wins. Couldn't have said it better myself. It's not that you do it, it's just that you do it in style. And we're doing it in style so far. Technically not wrong, Shadow. Not wrong at all. Mon ami. How you doing, Christoph? Nice to see you, my guy. Told you. 4-0 incoming. Nice to see you, Bob. Nice to see you. You're dead. Honestly, if you didn't put a bet on you, maybe you should have considered doing so. Brighton and Nottingham's the only decent game on. To be fair, yeah, Forest are doing pretty solid. Let's take a little gander then. Premier League. Or have they... Oh, they've already fucking happened. They don't play until the 1st of April, apparently. I mean, Forest and United play on the 1st of April. That'll be an interesting match. Any other games that you can think of? Bundesliga matches or just... Oh wait, domestic matches! Hold on. Usually, for those that are new here, this is a thing that we do. We always check the local. Oh yes, baby! Now that is fucking smashing. Get it absolutely fucking up them. Sorry if anyone is from East Stirlingshire, but we are so back. We're back. We're fucking chasing, man. We're actually back in the chase. Go on, the boys. Go on, the boys. Oh, the wee Rovers are fucking doing it. Let's, come on. Oh, it's so nice to see. I'm just going to leave that there and stare at it for a little bit. Yes. Both my teams are winning 3-0 at half time. Woo! They've been good. Honestly, yeah, they've got a perfect system of how they deal with things. If we sign another striker, then it should be a young striker who's back up to Maeda. Chris Gordon, Evan Ferguson. Those are the two. They're the two that I would always recommend because they are very, very good at their sport. Go Forest get top 4. It's the least they deserve. You live about 15 minutes from the Forest ground. That is minted, Lindsay. Hell yeah. Supporters are buzzing down there. They deserve it, honestly. Great score. It genuinely is. But we have a theme, Lizzie. See if I genuinely show you the fucking past results of these goddamn assholes. It's either we win gracefully or we lose, horribly. There ain't no in between. You know what I mean? It's yay. Oh, look at that. Oh, man, that's class. Oh, look at that. Fucking dramatic. You know what I mean? It's just 1-0. We have lost so many games by 1-goal margins. It's actually fucking irritating. I'm not even going to lie. It was a problem when we got relegated as well. We actually have a pretty good goal difference. We're not miserably bad. We're one of the best defensive teams in the mid-range table. Comfortably. But we just don't score that many goals. But when we do, it's always in 4 or 5 fucking stints, man. It's great. The Spartans score. Actually a good shout in a second. Spartans. I think they're 2-0 up against Fife. They're 2-0 up against Fife. If you want a little gander at that. There you go. Comfortable enough. However, there's only one team. I mean, I might actually keep that Albion Rovers score at the side just to check on it every now and then. But it's nice to have both my teams winning 3-0 at half time. Fucking yes. Your local team is Milwaukee. Can't support them being a team. Fair enough, honestly. Imagine must have more lives than a cat, I suppose. That's just that Australian grip. You can't tell him no. Like, can you imagine being Daniel Levy and try to walk in there and be like, we're going to have to sack you now. He's like, oh yeah, mate, is that so? Yeah, mate, you can fucking try. I just bought a house here and everything. You fucking try that, man. I'll rip your goddamn fucking arms off at the socket. Your local team's 4th floor. I can check if you want. I won't do that. Just if they're playing 4th floor. Atletico. They are 0-0 at half time against Peterhead. It's pretty much as actually even as a game as you can get. Look at that, man. Like 3 shots, 2 on target, but different as Peterhead's on a red. Balls. Definitely going to keep that Albion Rovers score to the side though. Just because goal difference does actually matter. Royston. Oh. I don't know where that is. I don't even fucking know. I've read that as Croydon. I'm like, oh, that's in London, right? But I can't honestly say off the top of my head I know where that is. I know it's at least close to fucking Nottingham, based on what you're saying. I could be way off on that. I'm not expecting this to be a proper backup and eventual replacement for Calmac with Van der Leiden into the crowd. Isn't that why we're going for that Sidibe fellow? Stockroom? Isn't that like why we're trying to go for that fellow on that 1.6 million release clause, that 6'6" fella? As like a potential backup option for Cal if he does decide to leave. How's everyone's day going, man? Hope everyone's enjoying themselves. So I keep saying I should respond to these messages, and then I never respond to the messages because I get sidetracked way too much. Let me try again. I'll respond to the one that I need to respond to here. Just limit all that because it's just my mate going, huh. What's happening here? Oh, there's a bunch of lads going around the side of the pitch with a trophy, that's nice. Oh, you're right, is that because we're doing that fucking friendly match against, is it Cork, right? Saying it's going to finish 5-0, we're going to get another Maeda goal and a Navritsky goal. Now, that Navritsky is definitely a left field shout, Aaron, but you're well within your means to justify it. We have been okay. If we get a decent set piece chance, then could be interesting. No, I'm not saying he'd leave this summer, Jesus. No, I'm saying like when he decides to like leave that starting position, basically, like when he steps down. See what Brown did for McGregor. Well, he won't start as many games. He'll just kind of be there as a kind of bench option, so to speak. I feel like that's the least that McGregor deserves, I'll be honest. A lot of players are getting ready to come out though, so the second half will be starting relatively soon. Check out the League of Ireland between Shamrock Rovers and Derry City. I follow Shamrock on X, so I've seen a couple of the like red card for the. I mean, I didn't see the full time score though. 0-0 it finished. Definitely one of the more high octane 0-0s. Yeah, 100% Tottenham, spot on. Man, that's insane. It's ironic because you've got a lot of people that are actually consider moving. I'm one of those people for that, I'm sure. I don't want to live in the UK for the rest of my days, I'll say that for damn free, man. People at near getting held at gunpoint, it feels. Yeah, I was going to say on a put that makes way more sense. Don't think they made any changes. I mean, I'll take a little gander at the Hearts lineup just to make damn well sure. They have changed their formation though, I will say that much. But the only change they've made is that Nilenhoff is on for Wilson, which makes no sense because Wilson was actually probably one of their better attackers. But they've changed their formation. It's more or less like a 3-4-1-2 now, you would almost say convincingly. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this half, but it'll be most likely damage limitation. So we'll get back to this screen because we'll be underway relatively soon. The ball is about to get rolling here. Thank you anyone that's supported us so far this stream. We do appreciate the extra subscribers and stuff. That's very kind of ease. You're from Forfar, lived in Dundee for years, ended up in Glasgow through COVID and never ever wanted to move to Scotland. Till you moved here. Yeah, I mean, did any of you like see the Scottish like government reports on like the most dangerous places, like the worst towns to live in? Guess where I'm from? That's right, baby, the worst town in the entirety of Scotland. We've got the highest percentage of like the worst types of criminals and everything, man. And I'm in a flat with some of them. It's great. You're just like, yeah, I'm totally just thriving here. Oh, we are insane. You have to have very thick skin to like come to Scotland and like mingle with us a lot. You know what I mean? That's probably why my ex hated me when it came to arguments, because I was just too sarcastic. And she's Canadian, so you can imagine it, man. That's right, Rob. The boys. Well, the second half's about to get rolling, so we'll spot this up and let that roll out. And he just grabbed his dick. I've seen that cunt. On live television. Insane. Sent forward, let's go. Football time. Football time. And already we have done a football and won the ball back. Good stuff. Love to see it. Oh, Cumbernauld was up there. Don't you fucking worry about it. The top 5, it was like... what was it again? It was fucking... Calder Crew, I believe. Oh, that was a big chance for Jota out the gate. Jesus Christ. I'm talking about the most miserable places on earth, but right now Paradise is one of the best places to be if you want to watch good football. That was a big chance. But yeah, Cumbernauld I think was third. That's lovely. Good feet. Nice for Jota. Tries to force it, gets a corner kick instead. No complaining of that too much. Oh yeah, 100%. Well, don't get me wrong, I love this place. I just hate the pricks that run it. You know what I mean? Just so many bad decisions, especially around here. Jesus Christ, man. There is nothing for the kids to do. So I have them just stand out there asking you to do jump-ins, man. It's quite sad, actually, if you're asking me, honestly. Sent it into the box, maybe a chance. That actually, Nowitzki was trying to get there. It's been whipped back in with power and pace. Have a crack, McGregor, do it! No, he didn't have it. Jota, maybe, cross. Lays it off instead, on. I love the idea, to be fair. I think he was hoping for a late run, but didn't necessarily work out there, let's say. Grew up in a short strand in Belfast. Fuck's sake, yeah, I know that place well. Wolf. Unlucky. That's all I could say. Fair enough, man. Must be made out of stone, my guy. You married an Englishman. Tread! Oh, never, I'm not going to even say that and turn them into a term. There we go, right, you've balanced it out. There we go. You didn't become converted, you were the converter. That's good stuff, Lindsay. Things you love to see. Oh, that's nice to see. That's really nice to see. At least he's getting to games, that's the main thing. Speaking of games, is there a chance for us to get one in here? That takes a big deflection. Could have been awkward, actually. I mean, Gordon had to jump up and cover that. How you doing, nice to see you, fella. Didn't even say hello. How's the game going? It has been pretty respectable. Nothing too bad or drastic so far. Opening 10 minutes were pretty much all Hearts'. That's pretty much where they did most of their damage in terms of chance creation, but after that, it's pretty much been one-way traffic. As soon as we got the first floodgates opened and things pretty much went as calm as you can ask. Some really nice goals, Maida with a brace. I mean, that man's just a god, honestly. Damn right, Bob. That's the enthusiasm we love to see here. Sent forward, potential header to be won. in fucking fairness, I cannot disrespect the fact that he actually managed to win that header. He couldn't keep it in, but can't fault it. Fair play, Nydenhoff. Sent forward by Johnston. Then sent backwards by Johnston. He's literally doing it all. Good to see. Sent forward. Good take and touch. Calm and composed. Why does that sound like an Austin Powers sentence piece? Yeah, baby, I'm like women rich. They put me on a blow-up bed after getting gaslighted by pigs in courts. You know, it's just literally an Austin Powers sentence. That's a good piece of defensive clearance. There's going to be a corner kick for Celtic. If I was the type to drink, I'd take you up on the offer, honestly. Northern Ireland's a gorgeous wee place. I have family that kind of reign from the other island, or the actual Republic of Ireland. Oh, that's a good head and chance there. I think Gordon might have actually got like a tiny amount of contact with that glove. Managed to tip it behind. Kind of bounced off a Celtic shot and went out for, I think, a goal kick. I'm not too sure. It was really clever for Gordon, if anything, then, because that little touch just about took it away. See, that would be my fear, honestly. See, if you went to Ireland and someone slaps a Guinness down and you have to do that thing where you get the drink specifically to land between, like, the letters of Guinness on the glass. The Hearts players stayed down, so I suppose we can take an extra second to just actually read through chat a bit more. Who would have thought Northern Ireland's in the... I thought it was in the west. Who would have guessed? Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I think Caden's like 14. That makes him prime age for a Guinness. Get some air in your chest, lad. Chase down. Chased. I was going to say there was a potential chase down, but Schlupp was not going to get too close to that one. Good take and touch, actually. Potential break forward for Hearts. Lovely Carter Vickers. Calm as you like, big man. Nice to see. Good step in. Run it out. Lovely for Nowitzki too. Those two defensively have been pretty solid after the first 10 minutes. Like I said, they settled themselves down and they've been pretty much dominant in every aspect. Good to see. Guinness at your own pace. I mean, that's I don't even drink anyway, fella. I'd walk into a pub, I'd literally be like, yo, water, please. Done it before when I've been out with mates that drink and stuff like that. Like, I'll always, like, order, like, some type of... Usually it's, like, lemonade. That's the one thing that bars always have, so... But I got to watch it for health reasons. That's why I don't touch the stuff. Best way to be a Caden, honestly. Well, if I technically... I would have Joe thingy as well, technically. I could represent either Scotland or Ireland through my family lineage. That's a ball forward. But there's only one country I'd ever really represent, as much as I love Ireland. Nah. Cut me and I'm blue and white. Nationally. Not club-wise, nationally. Keep that in mind. It seems the Hearts have stuck with a kind of 3-4-1-2 shape almost. Like, I don't know, maybe Google has changed that actually, if they updated it, and maybe it gives me a better idea. They have, okay, right, what is, it is, right, okay, I figured there was a 3-4-1-2. Because I was wondering why Forrester's like so far forward, but that's why they basically pushed him forward. Wilson's came off, like I said, Matt Nilehoff is... He's not there. He's more or less playing like where my like mouse is, and Shanklin's across here. Kabunga's more central. So it's like, rather than it being a 3-4-1-2, it's more of a 3-4-2-1. And they have basically just Kabunga as the front man up front, I should say, like the standalone. Yeah, same as me, Rob. I mean, I don't drink at all, I'll be honest with you, but whenever you do, when you have like a New Year's drink or something like that, it's always like a small whiskey. I mean, Rogers is complaining, but it looked like a hot straw, I'll be honest with you. Calm and composed across the board, no real complaints whatsoever. Decent football all round as well, by the way. Can't really complain about it from that sense. Good taking touch for Johnston. Run it forward, boys. Let's get another one on the board. A fourth would be quite nice. Oh, good take forward, good taking. That's got to be a foul on Jota though. He did just get fucking stood up a belter there by Forrester. I think he's alright though. I know, Subi. That's the one thing I always find funny, man, whenever I speak to people abroad. Because, like, one thing I've been trying to do is, like, get back into, like, dating to some degree, I guess. You know what I mean? So, you know, you go into dating apps, speak to a bunch of people from different places. And most people say that whenever you're like, oh yeah, I'm Scottish but I don't drink, and they're like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, you come from the land that shit was practically invented. You're like, yeah, but it would kill me. Just, I'd rather not. Nice for Rio, good, lovely take. That is superb, man. Run it forward, potential break on. Take a touch, good. Step it in, don't let it out. Yes. Nice, here we go, McGregor from range! There it is, we knew it was coming at some point. He might as well have hit the crack. Lovely shot, well saved by Gordon. Probably seen a fair few of them in his training days with McGregor, let's be honest, but that's a good sign of things for the skipper. Brilliant feet work for Kuhn to get the pass away initially and can't take anything away from it. It was well struck, well saved. They've given the ball away straight from kick-off though, and oh, I was going to say Dyson doing bits to like stay away for 3 or 4 of them, but eventually drags his man down. It's a foul for them. Is there still a shortage of Guinness in the UK? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know like the Guinness law. That's a good break forward for Hearts. He can do something with it. Potentially. Just calmly keeps it composed for now. No real breaks forward. Benigni goes lovely inside pass. Actually, Shanklin loses out and McGregor's there to snapshot it. Passes it back towards Sinisalo and we can go again. See, if there's one thing that I would recommend to a lot of people, because one thing that I'm looking into doing potentially down the line is like that mad global work and travel stuff. Like, rather than just condemning myself to living in a shithole, like, go and see places and work that way, I guess. That's lovely if we can. Good control. But right now I'm still pretty fucking sick. That's good for Jota. Good taking touch. Kuhn, step inside. Cut across potentially. That's a great cross as well. It should have potentially been way more effective in at least getting a shot on target, but sails over everyone. Johnson does well to retain it on the far side though. Takes a cross, retains it again. After 1 or 2 passes, ends up in the feet of Rio. Spread across towards Slup. Potential break down that left hand side instead. Goes out towards the Portugueseman. Jota, lovely step inside. Forces his man up. Gets past Forrester. Good cross in is decent. Gets past everyone. Takes a few bounce arounds. Not particularly cleared. Slup still has it. And about 10 or 20 yards for the goal. And now apparently the whistle's been blown because Someone's gone down, I think it's Penrith. You don't have many drinks now. You should get Yang and McCowan on. Definitely the calls that I would make. They were the ones that I was saying at half time. Although I'd maybe make McCowan change him out for Bernardo, just because it'd be nice to see him get some minutes off the bench. So many other shitholes to see. Exactly it, you know what I mean? That's the way I'd look at it. You like living Cork or Fort William? Honestly, not a bad shout. That's probably why I smoke, in fairness, because I can't really drink. Like, if you're from an area like this, you can't not have some form of, like, addiction. Some people it's like caffeine, for others it's just straight up fucking drugs. And I used to be quite bad when I was smoking. Like, I used to smoke like 3 times more than I do right now. Probably the only reason I still feel physically fit to some capacity, you know what I mean? But these boys are showing their fitness and then some. I certainly couldn't do what they're doing, running around for a whole ass hour just chasing a ball about, but you have to give Hearts credit, they're still trying to fight where they can. So, you know, you can tip your hat after them in that respect. They've just not done that a lot in terms of actually getting shots towards goal, like particularly threatening opportunities. I think this referee's starting to piss off both teams, man. It's just any time there's contact now, he's blowing for a foul. That didn't seem like a foul unless you get clipped. He did get clipped, okay, I take back what I just said, it was a foul on McGregor. I thought he just kind of fell over easy. He got caught. His heels got snatched. Get the sigs above 8 now. Arguably worse to some degree, but each to their own, mate. Best of luck with it, honestly. You'd love to go to Poland and last the other Boris something straight back home. To the people of Poland, and just do that thing in like fucking romance movies where you stand outside like the Poland like Parliament building with the goddamn fucking Boris song. Oh, I'd imagine so. You'll like get shit here now. Marlboro Reds! Oh, I can't wait to smoke a Marlboro Red and speak like I've got fucking lung cancer. You know what I mean? Oh, Hearts have a chance. Sarasalo, good stuff, man. Even gives like a smile back to Kabungo, and there's like even a wee like handshake between the two of them and everything. That's nice to see. That was very calm. Good feat. Don't see that first Celtic keeper that often. Okay, something's happening there. Is that a foul for Hearts, I'm guessing? Dies in your shit house in Merchant, I love you. Oh my god. Wasting time. It's like 62 minutes in. You've all got it wrong. You need to go to Colombia and great up to just literally get like cocoa leaves. Get tobacco leaves, all that shit, like straight from the fucking plant itself. Can't get any stronger than that. But nah, everyone has their own medicines and ways of coping. No judgment for all intents or purposes. Unless you have like a really fucked up thing, you know. Then obviously don't, but if you just like a wee drink every now and then to calm your nerves, there's no real shame in it. Same if you like a wee smoke every now and then, no shame in that either. People do much worse for much less. Good pass forward for McGregor. Lovely take for McGregor. Oh, he is genuinely playing a fucking brilliant game of football. What a ball into the box. Kuhn doesn't get there on the flick up, but it's dangerous. Joss will put the pressure on too. Lovely take for Shanklin, but he can't really do too much with the second touch off his knee. Played out in calm away. Simple pass into space, should just keep it composed. Decent enough for Johnston, nice. Calm and composed, big man, good to fucking see. No bad stuff whatsoever. Oh, that's very kind, Megan. Welcome back. I'm pretty sure that's... Would that be about 6 or 7 months? Things you love to see. Absolutely love that. Welcome back. You do not need to worry about it either, by the way. I don't even really check the membership things that much. And there's like 5 or 6 of these. And you're all appreciated, very much so. It looks like McGregor's going to get some minutes rest. It might be McCowan coming on for him. Carter Vickers will take the captain's armband. McGregor just saying hold it, keep it together, keep it tight. I like that. Giving him some instructions before he goes off. And it is going to be Paulo. I told you. He'd get some minutes just to make sure that he's firing on all cylinders. Good to see. I think he might actually pop up a wee goal or so. He might have a bit of a bite about him. Were you talking about Shaolin soccer shadow play? Nice. Wow, that's ironic, Megan, given the fact that your entire ethos and like life's work is to turn people on. The more you know in life. There we go. That's a fuck off. How the hell did that work out for Hearts then? They're on a break, potentially. They're going to go backwards because they're shit. Fair enough. Played back instead. I mean, honestly, if you're a Hearts fan watching this, you're probably just kind of going, damn. Why can't we pass? And when they do get passes off and nice ones, they literally just go straight backwards and it renders the point of the good pass pretty much obsolete before it even gets going. They have to try and go forward, but anytime they do, Celtic have bodies of 3, 4. It's not even triangle pressing right now, it's square pressing. Got about 4 or 5 bodies on them at any time. That's a good break down that side. The cross into the box is actually really good as well, but it's always going to be a little overshot. Shankland just leaves it on the far side instead. They could still get something going here. Forrester doing what he can, but they're being held up at every conceivable lane. Basically, they cannot get it over the top. They can't go through. Oh, Nathan. That's adorable. That's really cute. Love you too. Played forward. Why would I need to wash myself when I could do it with the tears of my enemies? But I did have a shower this morning, man. Cut me some slack. Owen's going to take it forward. Nice, get on. Nowitzki. I feel like Angels would be the next change. Play forward by Carter Vickers, takes it in. Calm, nice. He's talking to himself, Nathan. I think that's probably what's happening there, Caden. He's just standing there, like, looking at himself in a reflection, and that's what he's decided to tell himself. It's a good way to get himself into the, into shape, you know what I mean? Like that. Can't fault it, you know what I mean? Good pass forward. Here we go, Carter. Nice, I was going to say. Played into space. He's probably just jealous of the hair. They see the hair and they're like, greasy bastard! I was like, nah bro, those are natural oils. My hair just looks like that. I don't have any breakouts on my face. I'm pretty well maintained, you know what I mean? I just look a little bit scruffy. I won't take any goddamn shame in that. I'm a sexy looking motherfucker, brother. You cannot sway me to convince me otherwise. St Mirren are 5-0 up, fuck me. Good for them. Honestly, genuinely really good for them. Well, even Mother Nature's pissed off at you, Nathan. You need to sit down in a corner and think about your actions. Don't be mean. Be nice. Does more for the world. Be mean when it's justified. Played back. Carter Vickers. Nice. Lovely ball. Nowitzki lays it off. Calm enough. Slip. Good passing. Roll back towards Slip and a just simple 1-2 passing here. Got to say again, Nowitzki's had a very convincing defensive performance. Sucks it'll get popped out of the team when Trusty comes back, but it's hard to argue how good Trusty has been for us at points this season. Nice. Lovely for Maeda, potential break, but the touch for Arn's just a tiny little bit over it. Ah, no shame in it. Oh, I like that for Arn. He tried to chase it to the byline. I think he might have been out of play. It was out of play. I do respect the hustle though, that was half decent. 69 minutes of been and going. I can't say I have seen it, Shadow, I'll be honest with you, mate, but sounds like a Martindale type of thing, honestly. What a ball. Hold on. Need to hold my tongue because there's a chance for us if Jota can get there. Ah, fuck off. What's the point in blowing for offside now, man? It's a wee bit... I mean, this is just silly sausage material right there, referee, nonetheless. Looks like changes will be made, and I've just seen Ida step out the dugout, so it looks like he might be one of the changes for Celtic, and by the looks of it, the only change. Hearts are going for a treble change, though. I'll read them out as they come up. But Shankland is one of them. It's going to be Blair Spittle that comes on in his place. I just don't know who the other changes are. The other changes looks like Devlin might be one of the other ones. So Grant's on for Shankland. Spittle's on for the 14. I'm not sure if they brought another change onto the pitch or they're just not showing me what the other one is. But Grant is on instead of Shankland, and it looks like Yang and Ida are going to be the two changes for us. So I'd imagine that would probably mean Kuhn. And of course Dyson, and he deserves a round of applause, Dyson. Fantastic shift again, man. Certainly playing like a man that is just finding more and more form as the season goes on. That's exactly it, peace and love. But again, it's all well and good, but most of the people that comment that stuff are always hidden behind like a profile picture of one of their fucking players, or they just don't have any photos of themselves. I call it, you know, self-projection. Like, yeah, I'm not the greatest looking motherfucker on the planet, but am I finer than most? Damn straight I am, so I don't take offence. I don't see myself as a 10, but I'm a solid 8.5. I feel like everyone feels that sentence, Shadow. My head up. I love you, wee man. Firm handshake. Oh, wait, no, big mistake potentially. Hearts may have a chance. Carter Vickers routine. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Carter Vickers, he's back. He is back. Not a single mistake that man has made. Not a single mistake that man has made. Fantastic. Good ball out towards that side. Here's a potential breakaway chance. If he wants to pass it. What a fucking pass that is. Holy shit, that is not where I was expecting him to go. Brilliant cutback for Ida. Just a little bit under hit on the pass, but I love the idea. He should have maybe have gone for a shot, but maybe he just wasn't confident on taking it on the weaker foot. Do love that. Again, a lot of the good defensive passing has came from like Nowitzki and Johnston. Those two have been firing really good long balls this entire match. The other change was Carton. He came on for Devlin. I was wondering who the other change was. How's Big Nowitzki been? Take the third word. Big. Massive. Good presence. He's been exactly what he's needed to be. A solid rock. You don't want Kyogo back, mate. There's better up top. Fucking straight up. 100%. Reds are only looking for 3 million. We'd have him back. Get the old squad back together. Good ball forward. Hearts have a chance to do something. Let's see if they can acquire the ability to play football, maybe even just for 2 minutes. Any updates on Schmeichel? Best way I can put it to you right now is that he's most likely going to be out for anywhere between about 6 to 10 weeks, given the fact that it isn't a shoulder fracture, because that was the main concern. If it's a shoulder fracture, chances are the fella would have been out until about August or September, but they did confirm, like the Danish national team with the medical board and all that stuff, they came back and said it's not a fracture, might be like a bruise or something else, but maximum anywhere between about 6 to 8 weeks I would kind of say is the sweet spot you'd want to get him back for, but he could miss out the rest of the season. Ideally you'd want him back for the cup final or something, you know, that'd be nice, but that's about all I know on it so far. Yeah. Hopefully that clarifies a couple of things if you don't know. Only player you would take back is French Eddie. He's free in the summer and stats were better than Kyogo's. I don't think he was better in terms of like goal contributions. Maybe he was a better striker, but goal contributions I think Kyogo's been the best that we've had in God knows how long. I want to see what Dembele's up to, man. Maybe bring him back if we're going to do that. But again, you don't want to look back into the fucking past to solve future problems. It isn't ever going to make sense. That's why I always say to you, don't go back to your ex. Sent over the top and over and away. I like the fact that Yang was there, but he just wasn't going to chase it down. Still put like a brick unit. To be fair, I'm not wrong, but he's playing in the MLS, man. We need him for the Scottish Cup. I'm presuming you're talking about Schmeichel? Absolutely. Oh, did he sign for the MLS to Dunfermline? I did not know that. Yeah, definitely. Fuck it, get the genetics, like fucking rob all the graves of our best players, man. Get like a DNA sample, like a wee fragment of hair, and recreate them genetically. Might as well, since we're going back to our past to solve our problems. Like, nah, we need good, reliable, new signings. We don't want what we've already had, unless it's for a good reason. Like I said, Tierney makes sense because we're getting him for a fraction of the cost and we know his capabilities, plus he loves the club and he's wanting to take a massive wage cut. There's a lot of things to be like, that makes sense. But, you know, I would say bringing back a striker for us is a good idea. You think Maeda can hit Lawson levels? Who knows? Maybe if he kind of gets onto those more like extended contracts, like if we get another 5 years on him, because he's already got about 3 or 4 years as it is right now. That's good for Yang. Oh, that's lovely for Yang. What a pass to Johnston. He's just been he's still trying to fight. That's good defending and fairness for Hearts as well, because neither of them went down there. There's going to be a... It should be a corner kick. That clearly came off the maroon shirt lad. Milner survived one there. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's 100% cleared out by a Hearts player. Okay, fair enough. Kvistgaard's my striker of choice. My man, you know the drill. Him or Ioannidis. Tell you right now, those two are very good. To be fair, that's probably why he decided to go blonde, right? You can imagine Rodgers in the dressing room, like, see when Maeda was like clean shaven bald, he's like, right lad, this is Henrik Larsson, he's one of the best strikers that's ever played the game. Now take a look at him, what do you see? And Maeda just answers back, he is blonde. That's exactly it, son. You know what to do. And he just walks out the next day with a fucking full hairdo, and all of a sudden he's playing like an absolute god. There's just something about blondes. Don't know what it is, but they just make them way better. I mean, think about it. Some of our best performing players this season: McCowan, blonde; Schmeichel, blonde; Maeda, blonde. And of course, we got Jota back, who's half blonde. So that's why he's not at full capacity. Next season, he'll walk out fully bleached, and he'll be hitting hat tricks every match. Radio Tati. Get it in and defend it, boys. Free kick chance that they have to defend that. Can't say Sinisal's had a bad game at all, by the way. He's more than done exactly what he's needed to do. Spill it all into the box. Doesn't get past the first man. Jota, lovely touch and flick on, although it's going to be retained by... Oh, they've done a big mistake in giving that away. Potential break for Celtic. It's more or less a 5-on-5. If that ball can be switched faster, doesn't necessarily get it out in time, but either will get there. So about what he does with it when he gets the ball. Just cuts it back, rolls it into safe space. There's Johnston looking for any open lanes. Cuts it. Calm. Nice. Ooh. If you could afford it, we'd take Watchalong from Liverpool. Not actually a bad shout either. Just sign all the Japanese players, fuck it. Wrong song. I know, it's just because Rio was the one then getting involved in the play. Speaking of which, I think he's actually about to leave the pitch. Jota looks like to be the other change. Who are we bringing on then? Does that mean we're about to see... Oh boy! Forrest. Forrest and McCowan, two Scots. Let's go. Can't wait to see a Forrest hat trick inside this 10 minutes. I can imagine that being a thing. Well, we got all... Not all, actually, I was going to say we would have had all Scottish representatives of Ralston graced the pitch, but Johnston will probably be seeing this one out. All the changes have basically been made, so it's about seeing this game out 3-0. All the goals pretty much came in the first half, calm as you like. Haven't really had to do too much in the second half. We've had occasional chances, but nothing what you call ironclad, let's say. You take Obafemi or Robinson. Robinson, actually, yeah, he would probably work in the Celtic system. But that's why I say Evan Ferguson. Because, I mean, think about it, he's the perfect blend of not too tall, that he's just a target man, but not, you know, untechnical enough that he can't dribble with it. Like, he, in my head, is the perfect developmental player for Celtic. And you could probably get him for under 20 million. Like, if Celtic are going to make a statement signing with a striker, that's how you'd have to do it. But it's hard to justify it when Maeda's scoring braces every fucking game. It's mad to think that he's a left mid by trait. Can you imagine Jota doing that though? That'd be funny as shit, Lizzie. He just walks in one day, he's like, right lads, see if we don't win this game, I'm cutting off my fucking hair and I'll play like shit. What a pass. McCowan gets out towards that far side. Here's Forrest. Go on, Jamesy. Oh, he nearly forces an own goal. Lovely stuff. Gets a corner instead. Again, can't say I've been too impressed with Hearts. I thought they would put a bit more kind of gumption about themselves at the very least. I think they would have a bit more like fired up ability about them in the second half, but they've been more or less the same. Kind of less effective if so of anything. Definitely a shout. Wouldn't be a bad backup. Oh, that's silly. Why would you punt that away? Like, he tried to punch it away, the keeper there. He could have claimed that with both hands, lad. Clears it, slip heads it back into what you call loose space, and Carter Vickers doesn't have anyone to kind of nod it onto, so he just puts it to the side. Rolls it out calm enough. Might as well burn a few extra seconds off the clock. Don't know if we gained any other. Might as well check this just in case it's froze or something. Right lads, so I need to check. reasonable. That's not horrible. 4-1 is fine. I'll take that. Lennon Mill is a perfect replacement for Kalmaki, isn't. It straight up isn't. They're two totally different players, lad. If you're asking me honestly, Miller wouldn't function at a Celtic side. Like, you'd need to sell off one of our key players, and right now every single player that we've got in Celtic's midfield is better than Miller. And that even applies to McCowan. Not to say it wouldn't be a good signing, but you need to make space for him. There we go, the ability to breathe. Unlocked. I don't know how many added minutes we've got. I'd say about 2, 3 maybe at most. Forest camp. Nice, big man. Just rolls it back to slot. We can go again. Calm enough. It could be a Hattari replacement. That's given that he goes. That's a ball forward. Well kept in. Ida, do that. Yes. Play the pass. For fuck's sake. Cannot get it past the first man. Should have done way better there, Adam. I think he might have been offside and the ball through it anyway, but still, principle of point. Looks like Hearts will be making their final change, and it's going to be Forest, ironically enough, that comes on for them. Can't fault it too much, to be honest with you. Might as well just put the brothers on. Things you love to see. You want to see Francis Tully break into the Celtic squad. There's a couple of players that are on the precipice of doing so, for sure. Say between him, you've probably got Bonner. Anderson ain't half bad. Couple of respectable options. Obviously Daniel Cummins as well. But obviously he left in January, which kind of killed that. So maybe 2. I'd say 2 of them are potentially good enough. Tully and Bonner maybe. Because Jude's been okay. At least for the few moments that we've seen of him. Maybe Murray too. Maybe Murray, but again, the few minutes that I've seen for him have not been particularly convincing. And it looks like, you know, Rodgers has realised that Nowitzki isn't just like a statue that sits on the fucking reserves bench. He's actually using them. So it'd be hard to justify getting him minutes. But again, always, you know, always possible. Good ball into space, good touch. McCowan loses out there. Hearts will try and force their way through, but Celtic keep the pressure and hustle well and truly on. It's pretty comfortable to say that this is more or less in Rangers' court now, because they'll need to get a result against Dundee. Forrest will chase that. I love that he did. He knew he wasn't going to get there, but nonetheless he tried. Slept in. How you doing, Hitman? Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're well. I see you to join us at any point in the game. It doesn't matter when you do, fella. George Clark. Oh, you're talking about the goalkeeper. I mean, sure, but I'm just saying in like terms of who would break into the team next season. I don't think Schmeichel would get bested by Clark as much as I'd want to think so. Like I said, you can make the case for Tully because maybe, potentially, possible. Same with Murray to some degree, but you would need some circumstances. Only reason I care about them is because I want this wrapped up as soon as possible. Rob, that's the only reason. But a good amount of the fans are deciding, fuck it, we need to beat the early traffic back. Might as well. It's been a much more stale second half in terms of like offensive creation for both sides. Celtic have only had about 4 or 5 shots, and Hearts have literally just had their like second shot right there as I basically said that, and it doesn't even make it past the defender that he's trying to get it past in the first place. It's a good attempt to cross into the box, doesn't necessarily work out for them. Goes back to that northern half, might look for a simple pass inside. Spittle 1-2, looking for any open lanes. He's got Grant on the far side, plays it internally to be safe, but again the pressing is just consistent as you can ask for Celtic. Good hustle again. Jan keeps himself in there. That Yeah, I was going to say, just kind of catches him off. He has missed the goals, Lizzie, you're spot on, but I mean, at least they all came early enough for it to be justifiable, not too bad. Oh, chase it, Ida. Yes, Ida, that's using your strength, big man, come on. He just holds it up, just run at him at that point, and then you just lose the ball. It's so silly, man. Like, you do so well to win that back, and then that's the follow-up. Carvickers ain't too fussed about bundling his man over there. Might as well. Phil is given. That sounds like the most Scott Brown thing to ever Scott Brown. Good pass across. Not too much time left in this one. About 15 seconds, whatever's left of additional time on top of it, so thankfully for us it's been about as convincing as you could ask it to be. Like I said, besides the opening 10 minutes, I would say that was Hearts' strong kind of surge in the game, but after that they pretty much had no energy left to give after that. Very straightforward for Celtic to get chances. Could have had one or two more if it wasn't for some good saves, or just what a run, chase it down. He does actually get involved as much as he can there. It's going to be sent forward and it's going to be, I think, pulled back for that foul. We'll play it through about 30 seconds, give or take, of the 3 additional minutes, so not too much time left at all. Definitely not wrong, piece of love. He'll wake up, catch himself, and see like a dog when it catches itself in a reflection of a mirror. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Just punches it in instinct. Good bobble forward. Calm enough, there we go. Simple, boys, simple. A delectable game of football has been played. We ain't got too much time left now. Halfway through additional time. Hearts might be going for one last hurrah. Try to get something on the board at the very least for pride's sake. But don't think there's too much for them to be concerned about overall. Good play out towards that far side. Good fish slot. And even Kelman across the board. 1-2 between Johnston. Carter switched over to Nowitzki, who once again very good defensive display. Wanted to see some just good defensive composure between those two at the back today, and to be fair, they have done it en masse. Brilliant lockout performance. Can't say Sinisalo has been bad either. The 1 or 2 times he was called upon, he actually managed to stand up big. That save from the header was particularly fucking impressive, but that's about the extent of all he had to do. I'll send it forward. Trying whatever they can. Good taking touch from McCowan. Could be a potential late blooming chance for us. Love that for Forrest. Gets away from his man comfortably. He's just going to stand it up. See if he can force the issue. Rolls it into central space. Calm for Paulo. Nothing too fancy with that. Slightly overhit pass, but Schlupp's there to retain it. Back to Paulo. Lovely switch pass. Carter Vickers is there, and more or less this will be the last chance of the game, 100%. For those that are new here, by the way, I know there's about 5 or 6 of you that have joined us. We have a thing where whenever Celtic win a game, we shout "Yas" very loudly, so I will say turn your volume down just a little bit if you don't want to get your eardrums blown out. Not that Tommy Gravidson's is Nicolas Cage's neighbour in Las Vegas. But those two must be got up to some amount of shit. That's a full time though. That we go. That is decent. That's exactly what we needed. 3 points, 3 goals to put on top of it, which is always nice to see. A brace from Maeda, either side of a lovely Jota finish, and you can't take anything away from the overall performance. Like I said, Hearts had that opening stint of the game, can't take anything away from that, and they were okay in the second half. They at least played with a bit more pride about themselves, but overall Celtic were always going to be the more comfortable team after there were 3 goals to the good heading into that second half. And to be honest with you, it's pretty much as clean as you could ask. A little bit better than what I predicted. I thought it would end 2-0, but 3 is more than fine for me. I will take that, and more importantly, if you want a little look at the table, there we go. And well, I mean, just look at that, fantastic. Guess all the other results are going about right now. Can't take anything with that. But you know the drill. It's time for me to shout very loudly. So turn your volume down. That's your warning. That is your ample heads up. Gentlemen, for the victory and for the win. Yes, sir! That's how it's done. Good fucking night, Vienna. Beautiful. Calm and composed. Can't ask for more than that at all. Very convincing, very calm. Let's have a little look. How did the full-time scoring between Rovers and that one they just gander? 4-1. Yes, very good. Very good, Albion Rovers. Very good indeed. Cannot take that away at all. And more importantly, puts a good little gap between us and the rest of these cunts. And we do have that game in hand, so we can actually push into the top side. We're doing decent. Cannot complain whatsoever. That's very, very kind of you, Peace, mate. That's very, very kind. You hope Hibs get third. That'd be decent. Good pod. That's very kind of you as well, Lindsay. You have a lovely day. Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription as well. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed in general. We do appreciate that. It's been a while since we've actually had one where we've gained more than one and then they unsubscribe after the stream or something. So it's nice that we got an actual little bolster. That's quite good. And again, in terms of performance, all across the board we were fine. It's hard to determine who you give man of the match to, but obviously the main man you would say is Maeda. You could make the case for McGregor too. I'd say McGregor might just edge it for me, just in the way that he was everywhere all at once. So it's one of those, right? I don't know who you would give it to. I think Maeda will get it. You know, a brace is a brace, and to be fair, the first goal was fucking beautiful, but it's the passing rate from McGregor, man. So many beautiful opportunities that he laid up. Obviously could have had 1 or 2 more assists as well if Rio's finishing ability was there. Had that shot for range, it could have gone in at the low post that Gordon had to make a really good save on. I'd say he deserves it, honestly. Fantastic from him, but every one of them deserves a wee tip of the cap. They were brilliant. But if that's if you are heading off for the night, then we do appreciate it. I mean, I'll be keeping tabs on the other game. I've got shit to do after this, but obviously I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can to check in on Discord at some point. It won't be for the next few hours or so, because like I said, I've got to go and do some things, but I might pop in later on the night for anyone that's I guess if you're on BST around 8-9 PM, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. McGregor statue. ASAP, get it on. 100%, man. That's to be done. I usually just switch between the two because it's funny. Sometimes to wind my family up, I'll call it the Glasgow Derby because most of them are Rangers fans. I call it the Old Firm because I just can't be arsed calling it anything else. Right, to me the Glasgow Derby sounds like, you know, fucking Celtic v Partick Thistle or Rangers v Partick Thistle or something like that, you know what I mean? Doesn't sound as potent. But yeah, can't really complain about it whatsoever. Very convincing across the board. Cannot complain. I don't really have too much else to really add on to this either, to be quite frankly honest with you, but only way to see is that. And also need to respond to all those fucking Snapchat messages too. Yep, that's really cool. Georgia, you literally exist to not do that, you fucking cunt. Stay there. Fucking seriously, it's a while, man. Right. I don't think there's too much else to really kind of touch on and cover, I suppose. I mean, for anyone that's still in here, I guess it's a case of who do we go for in terms of maybe did I even bother with a shot? I mean, this stream didn't perform particularly great in terms of like actual views or whatever, but like I said, those streams will kind of happen, I suppose. You know what I mean? But we did alright in every other field, so I'm content. I'm more than happy with that. You know what I mean? 3-0 win against Hearts. Can't complain. Obviously, if Rangers lose later on in the day, it makes it a wee bit more hilarious. But I don't honestly see that happening. I feel like this is still going to be, you know, another 3 or 4 match days before this is wrapped up. Yeah, basically the same here. I've got a lot of like international viewers, a couple for Australia and stuff. And whenever you say Glasgow Derby, they're like, "Well, don't you mean the old firm?" I would do that, Wayne, but I've got an idea. Like when the season ends, basically, I'm going to like clip or go through all of the streams, I should say, and like clip the asses and put them as like a thing at the end, I guess, and just have like a best of the year, if that makes sense. So it'll have like probably all of the shots that I do, and then just a bunch of like clips that people find funny. I guess I'll ask like the community beforehand if there's any clips that people find funny that they want me to put in like a best of, then they can. Because like I said, once the season ends, the full-time games, like covering every match, just straight up stops because I have to kind of prioritise getting my shit together. So it's one of those. Guinness number 7, God bless your soul, Bob. You take it easy, mate. You're thinking of quitting YouTube, but what do you think? Because you want to, but you don't want to. I mean, I get it, because I'm kind of in the same boat myself to some degrees. Like, you put in a lot, it depends, right? Like, you do it because you want to rather than because you have to. If you feel like you have to do it, then it's one of those where if you're feeling like it's a chore, yeah, probably not the best idea to continue doing it. Maybe a good idea is just to take a step back for a couple of months and then reset once you have a more refined idea of what you want to actually do. Like for me, for instance, it's just because I've got a lot of shit to plan over the next year or two in terms of like life, so I can't do this full time unless, like I said, I had like a sustainable amount of growth. That's why I had the goal set at 2,000, because that meant I would have gained more subscribers this season than last. But that just hasn't happened. It's not been a bad attempt, you know. I'm not sitting down at 1,200 or anything. I'm not bad, but it's not been as growthful as you would hope in some aspects, you know. Said, and that's a problem. Fucking true. But yeah, I mean, we go again in a couple of. Well, I mean, when's the next time that we actually go live? I should actually check that, because obviously after the games later on, I'm pretty sure it's the 6th, right? Would it be the 6th? But that, or it will be the straight up the Saturday. It'll be the 5th or the 6th, most likely. That's the 6th, right? Well, if I am live for the next stream, that'll be the one right there. Always hate early kick-offs, especially on a Sunday, because in this holiday I'm always doing something, so that's something to keep an eye. But I'll be the next time that we're live, I guess, for that. I guess it's time to pull up the outro music and get all that ready to go, because I'm pretty sure that's everything that needs to be done. You can't sit and edit it, blows the hell out of you. Best thing to do then is try and find things that don't require that much editing, or if it does, it's just basic cuts. You know, like again, for me, I don't make videos that often, but if you go and watch one of my videos, it's very different to like the live stream stuff. Because live stream stuff, I'm just naturally to. But whenever I do videos, I tend to like put a lot of effort into the actual editing side of it. So it's one of those. But I'll give you like an example actually. Like if I hold on, let me just search this up. Okay, so if I pull up my actual page, like these videos, like this one, the Old Firm one, not the Old Firm one, sorry, like the Champions League one that took like forever to do. That took me so goddamn long to edit because it obviously had like the kind of before the game and then it had like during the game and all the kind of clips in amongst that, you know what I mean? Like I still love like the You'll Never Walk Alone part, it's just brilliant. And then obviously all the stuff after the game as well, I had to do like the bits at the end and all that good shit, and that took a hell of a lot of time and effort. So yeah, some videos are a pain in the fucking ass to make, man. That's the nicest way I can put it to you, but for the most part it's not as if it's unbelievably annoying. Yeah, it's part of the boss, so Megan's just kind of put it head on. Off to get a chippy for dinner. Good fucking call, my guy. Good call. Enjoy editing and hiring after a good video. Yeah, it's therapeutic in some aspects. Like I know when the season ends and I'll make a bunch of different videos. Like, because that's usually what happens. I tend to pick up the video aspects more towards the end of the season when there's less football to be played, obviously. Usually just filler videos or transfer videos if something happens, I guess. Like, again, last season, I think this season I've only made 3 videos, right? Which was like the review up until November, which was before the semi-final against Aberdeen, the transfer video on O'Reilly when he left, and obviously the Champions League game at the start of this year. So even though I don't make videos that often, I still make them enough that they're half decent. You're in a good pod session, I can't even follow up. And the soul. Feel that in my soul, but nonetheless, I still have things to do. Another thing is thinking of videos. It just depends. Right, like, I mean, it's all about what you want to put on your channel, for instance, right? Like, take different creators, right? Because I'm pretty sure, like, Mr. Luck, right? He makes videos every now and then, right? As he says in his own volition. It's probably different than something that I would make. I make stuff, I used to make videos when I was a kid, so it's more natural to me. It's learning editing that I think pisses people off more than the actual editing itself. Because that's the thing for me. Because, like, ideally, best case scenario is like that global work and travel thing for me works out. Like, I have enough time to kind of get everything set up and go through it. And then when I go over to whatever country I go to, it'd be a case of like just doing occasional videos where I'm like, hello, I'm checking in, what's good, you know, or even if I can do the occasional stream, one of those. But yeah, if that's wishful thinking right now, you know what I mean. Right now I'm still very much in the early stages of getting shit together. But like I said, my obligations with YouTube partnerships is to get there. So yeah. I've seen a couple of them here and there, like the Disney rants and stuff like that. Like I've had one or two of them on in the background. I'm like, that's actually quite good, to be fair. So I think the one thing you need to work on, my guy, is your thumbnails. Because I feel like if you had better thumbnails, you'd probably pull in a lot more views. Because your actual content is good, but the like visuals behind it, not so much. Like you would very easily just skip past that thumbnail. That's why I started putting players and shit on mine, so people would look at it and go, oh, there's effort behind it, so it's not AI generated or some shit, or just like some image with text. mean, this is more of an exclusive for those that are here at the end of the stream, but I'll show you how far back I used to make videos. If I lag or anything, it's just because I'm loading up tabs. I'll show you this before I leave. I guess it's like a fucking... It's like a throwback, I guess. But like, I used to, way back then, I used to make like a whole bunch of different shit. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I made tons of different stuff. You know what I mean? I used to be a fat bastard and all that. So like, I always like, see whenever I'm stoned or something, I go back through these videos and I laugh my ass off because I was horrible when it came to the voice. Because before my voice broke, I sounded more American than I did Scottish. So yeah, I mean, it's wild, but it's one of those, isn't it, man? Like, you just kind of learn as you go. So when I took like a break for a few years, went and did college, and then my health took a decline, got laid off for ever really working in this country, got put on benefits and all that. So when I started this channel, or at least when I started it back up, it was more, right, I'll just kind of cover football games, because that's what I like to do. Yeah, 100%, man. It's all woke now. You know, it's not like Snow White and the Seven Dwarf. It's like Snow White and the Seven fucking Lee fucking Hiles. You know what I mean? I don't mind it to some extent. I get that the world's different, but you feel like Walt would be turning in his grave at half the shit that's probably put out nowadays. I think that's me covering everything that I need covered anyway. So yeah, enough of the side tangent. I need to wrap this up at some point, ideally. So let's do that then. Sure that everything is, yeah, that's fine. Can't argue with it too much. Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot to do this before the end of it, but the members will. I need to. These people, all very cool. I think I need to move you if you. Actually, hold on, watch this. Legendary moment. Man, it is moving slow, but we're getting there. It will do it eventually. Come on. Designated zone. Fantastic. Right, let's do the outro thing. Thank you for watching, thank you for coming along. If you've been here for just a little bit of the stream of the whole thing, thank you, we appreciate you nonetheless. To anyone that's subscribed, thank you. You've put a major end to a very long drought of being stuck in the 1610s for God knows how long, so we do appreciate that. You can click on the channel after the stream ends, or even right now if you would like to, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you can watch. There's videos and VODs of basically every game from the start of the season till now, so if you want to watch any of those, you're more than welcome to do so. Like I said, there's a Young Boys video if you want to get a taste of Champions League football and stuff like that as well. If you want to join us for the next stream, you're more than welcome to do so. That will be on the 6th of April, 12 PM kickoff, so I'll try and be live about 15 minutes beforehand, give or take, but we know how my sleep schedule is at times, man. I'll go to bed at like 7 in the morning or some shit, man. Who knows? But yeah, that's basically everything covered. So yeah, we won. Can't complain about that whatsoever. No problem, all kidding. You're more than welcome to come into the Discord and just chat shit. Like I said, I'll make a point of it to try and stop in there at least once during the night, but I do have places to go and sort. Well, I need stuff to get sorted out, so do all that first. I'll make a point of it to check in, but always feel free to ask Aidan, man, especially when it comes to content creation. That's something I can actually help you with. You need flags and English flags, fucking too right. But let's wrap this up in style. We kind of know how this goes. Say it with me now. Celtic are still the best team in the world. I'll catch you on the 6th, gentlemen and ladies that are still here. Yous enjoy yourselves. See yous then.